Good day, welcome to my channel, Precious Agri-Biz Insight. Today we are going to talk about good agricultural practice. Subscribe to my channel as I move forward to the next slide. Subscribe. The SAGAP is an approved standard for smallholder farmers. It has been approved by the Department of Agriculture and it is made specifically for smallholder farmers. This SAGAP, it is made to ensure that there's a good on-farm management, and it's made specifically for fruits and vegetables, and to ensure that there's a traceability of your product that you're producing. And we also want to ensure that there's safety of the product from the consumers who are going to buy it. And the most important thing about this certificate is it opens markets, local or international. So for farmers to get this certificate, there are three folds of audits that need to be done in their farm. And these audits are done by government institutions and also private institutions. So before you can even go into audit, you need to have a file that is at least 4 to 6 months. You need to have a product in the farm. You need to have at least a toilet in the farm. You need a storeroom. It's either for fertilizer and for chemicals, or you can subdivide it. And you also need to ensure that all your infrastructure are marked. One needs to know where is the ablution block. One needs to know if this is a packing shed. But that can be done one-on-one with an official from the Department of Agriculture. Let's get into filing. Today I'm going to assist you to put together a file. You don't really have to wait for a government official to come. You can start doing it now. It's better to start early so that you can have records. It even makes your audit much more easier. Get something to write on and a pen because the list is quite long. Number 1, you need to register with the Department of Agriculture so that you can get a producer unit code. This code you are going to use in almost all transactions when you are selling your crop. Number 2, you need to have a product harvest register. When you harvest your products, you need to register them. You need to know where did you harvested them. You need to know who was harvesting and also the quantity. Document number 3 is land use management record and risk assessment log. Whenever if you are doing your farm operations, if you spill fertilizer or chemical or something that you know is not good for land, so you just need to record it so that we can be aware. Number 4, you need to do the farm production site. The farm map production site, map down your farm, subdivide it into blocks so that it can be much more easier for you to manage. Number 5, fertilizer application records. When you are applying fertilizers, you must record the date, the quantity of fertilizer applied, the block, the person who's applying, and also record the code on the bag. Number 6, declare of human sewage. If you have human sewage or if you don't have, declare it. Number 7, risk assessment of organic fertilizer. If you have. Number 8, irrigation water risk assessment. You can record if you are using river water, if you are using borehole, just rate your risk. Number 9, laboratory results of irrigation water. Most of the time when you are contracted or when you are sending a product to the market, you will be requested to do a lab test for irrigation for water. So it means that you need to take a sample of the water to the lab When it comes back, then you find your results. And mostly the result, what is requested from these results is equally and coliforms. Number 10 is MRL default. So each and every person, based on the market that you are supplying, you also need to have the types of chemicals that you are required to use in your farm, based on the contract that you have or based on the product that you are producing. Document number 10, 11, they go hand in hand. So you will be requested to take at least 1 kg of your product that you're producing, especially fruits, avocados, macadamia, and the likes. So the 1 kg that you're going to take, you will take it to the laboratory, which is owned by the government institution. You will be advised as to where are you supposed to send your product. That product is going to be tested for MRL. And the results, when they came back, you need to file them, because these results, they are going to be used on the third audit or the final audit. Number 12, handling of chemical records, training. So all the time, let's say that you have new workers, or if you have a new chemical, request the people who are selling the chemical to you to train you and also give you the record to show that they have trained you. With those records, you need to put them on the file. This training can also be offered by the Department of Agriculture. Number 13, pesticide application records. You need to record all the pesticides that you use in your farm. You also need to record it similar to the fertilizer. So where you apply them, the quantity, and the containers. And the containers that you use, you don't have to dispose them. You need to put them together and save them. Number 14, equipment calibration maintenance record, checking pest damage and chemicals. So you really need to always maintain your equipment that you are using. You need to check them if they don't have pest damage or chemicals, anything that you know that it won't be good for your hygiene or for your crop hygiene. Number 15, chemical inventory stock register. If you have chemicals in store, ensure that you record them. Number 16, declaration of empty pesticide containers. The empty containers that you have, you can return them to the people that you have bought pesticide from, or they can be collected by a person who has been contracted by the Department of Agriculture. So the person who collects your containers, you must make sure that they sign that they've received the containers. Number 17, proof of empty pesticide disposal register. This goes hand in hand with number 16. You need to register all the empty pesticides containers. Number 18, hygiene risk assessment. Number 19, hygiene procedure for harvesting, basic hygiene training records, toilet cleaning schedule, vehicle checklist before loading procedure, and product recall procedure. So 18 to 22 is actually talking about the hygiene. So you need to ensure that you record down the risk related to your hygiene in your farm. You also need to record how do you make sure that when your workers are going to harvest your crop, where are they washing their hands? Where do they go if they need to use restroom? After harvesting, where do they wash themselves? Something like that. And the basic hygiene training records all the time when you train your farmers, when you train your workers, you need to record it. It doesn't actually mean that it must be a training that is NQF of NQF level. It can be a basic training that you can offer your workers. 21, ensure that you have a schedule of cleaning your record and it's recorded and is kept on your file. Number 22, The vehicle that you are using, transporting the crop, ensure that you check it before loading if it has chemicals or it has any spillage or pests. So ensure that you wash your car thoroughly. Number 23 is product recall procedure. In case that, let's say, your product is been there on the market and you find out that, okay, the product that has been in the market, it has been in contact with a chemical or something like that, what are the procedures that you're going to take as a farmer to recall your product? So you need to have that document in place in your file. We are actually done with the filing. So I'm going to take you through the audits. The first audit that needs to be done is called a pre-audit. The main aim is to assess the farm and also to advise you as to, based on your farm structure, how are you supposed to change things, or where are you supposed to amend. So the report is going to be given by the person who's going to be doing the audit. Number 2 is going to be the second audit, wherein they will come in and check the improvement. So they will be checking if what they've corrected you before, did you even put some effort to improve. The third audit, it can only be called when you have MRL assessment in place and everything that has been corrected on assessment number 1 and number 2 is complete. Then the third audit can be booked with a third party. And the fourth last stage, once you have passed the third audit, you are going to receive a certificate which is valid for a year, and this certificate is mostly issued within 14 days. Thank you very much for listening to me, or for subscribing or to my channel. If you need more information, you can drop your comment on my channel. You can also send your email if you need more of these documents, or if you need more information further of all these documents that you need to develop a file. Thank you.